friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're playing with the newly revealed, that was really hard to say, Fantasy Cosmetica Fighter Palette. So if you guys want to see swatches, watch me create an eye look, then just keep watching. Okay, I'm so excited because we have another new launch from Fantasy Cosmetica, and this one is going to be for all of you cool tone babies out there. So they did send me their fighter palette, and they're also launching a fragrance with the new palette, and I believe these are all handmade by the owner of Fantasy Cosmetica. So let's go ahead and take a look at the swatches and a closer look at the palette, and let me give you all the details that I have on this new palette that's launching very, very soon. A fighter has joined your party. Fighters are masters of combat, able to wield a variety of weapons with ease and accuracy. Coming from many backgrounds, they are soldiers, knights, bodyguards, mercenaries, and vagabonds. Some fight with honor, using their skills only to aid, while others don't care how their skills are used, as long as they're getting paid. Launching July 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard, these eyeshadows are vegan and were not tested on animals, made in China, shipped from Redmond, Washington, US. The palette alone is going to be $38.99, $4.99 for single matte shadows, $5.99 for single multi-dimensional shadows, and $9.99 for the single multi-chrome shadow. The Fighter perfume is a dark chocolate, marshmallow, and almond scent with floral accents. The fragrance is made in Redmond, Washington, US, and the bottles are hand-painted. So here is a closer look at the bottle for the fragrance, and then I'm going to smell it and tell you guys what my first impression thoughts are. Okay, so this is supposed to smell like dark chocolate, marshmallow, and almond scent with a floral accent. Oh, I definitely smell the chocolate. Oh, it's very chocolatey. It's definitely very, very, very chocolatey. Kind of like a s'more almost, but I definitely smell the chocolate and the marshmallow, and the almond. So yeah, it smells quite accurately what it's described as. So there's that, but you guys know I'm super duper excited to play with this palette. So let's go ahead and do a look with it. We've got 5 shimmer shades and 4 mattes, and when I was watching this, I was kind of trying to decide what kind of look I want to do. I really want to use the shade called Fervor. Sorry, English is hard today. And I think I'm going to just do like a warm tone neutral look, which, you know, I do occasionally on my channel. I feel like I gravitate a lot towards colorful eye looks, but the last palette I used was actually the Full Fantasy palette from Laura Lee and Manny. So I guess I get to play with another neutral palette today, and I'm actually not mad about it because I really like Fantasy Cosmetica's palettes. They do very thoughtful color stories and very curated. Their last palette was one of my favorites, the Rogue. So, not the Rogue. Yeah, it is the Rogue palette. Sorry, I was like looking at the Sorcerer. I pulled them all out so we can just hold them up side by side since I have every palette that they've launched. But I'm just taking the shade called Marshall, and I'm just putting that on the outer corner because I want to do a pretty smoky looking neutral eye look. And there's basically 2 warm tone kind of brown shadows and then 2 more like gray mattes. So I am just using the 2 matte options how I would use any other matte options. This Sigma brush is a E25 Max, so it's like their E25, but the bristles are a little bit longer and fluffier, and so I think I would have preferred an E25 to blend the shade out because I would have had more control on the bristles, but that's all right. We're making it work. I need to clean brushes in the worst way. Anyways, sorry. I'm like hunching because of my mirror, but I could just move it. Okay. Okay, I love how that blended out. So I'm just going to clean off my brush, and then we're going to pick up the shade called Valor, which is a really pretty like mustardy color. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner and blend it up to the crease. Can't wait to hear what you guys think of this color story. I think it's going to appeal to so many people that love this brand already or want to try the brand. I feel like Fantasy Cosmetica is just such a good indie brand. They're kind of like well thought out. They have a theme. They don't try to overdo anything. They just kind of make very well curated color stories, which makes me so happy for the progress of the brand. So now I'm thinking maybe I want to use Victory. Oh, I want to use all of them. I really do. Okay, maybe I can do a little bit of both on the lid. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna grab a flat brush. And let's grab Victory first. Okay, so I always spray my metallics, and from my previous experience with Fantasy Cosmetica, their metallics apply really nicely, so I shouldn't have any issues with them. So I'm just taking that Victory shade and kind of starting on the outer corner and bringing it in. I'm dying to know from you guys, how many of you watch the Food Network? Does anybody watch the Food Network? I have a bit of a story. So there is a Food Network show called Girl Meets Farm, I think it's called, and I've never actually seen it, but the girl from that show lives in North Dakota. I think she married like a North Dakota man, and so she moved here. I think she's originally from like New York. Anyway, she moved here and she has a show on the Food Network, and she has a restaurant in a city called Grand Forks, North Dakota. So we actually went there very recently and it was so delicious. So I want to know if I have any fans of the show that watch my YouTube channel, because I'm just curious, and I would highly recommend, if you are ever in North Dakota, specifically Grand Forks, to check out Bernie's is the name of the restaurant. So cute. It's like a cafe vibe, and the food is very much like a deli. Also, it has like a lot of European influence as well as like the Norwegian heritage of the area. So I loved it. I had a really yummy smoked ham sandwich, and my husband had a smorgasbord, I think that's how you say it. Okay, I ended up combining the two metallics because they're both absolutely freaking stunning. So these two shades I ended up kind of mixing on the lid, and look at how sparkly my lid is. I mean, this is a very simple look. Most of my looks are very simple, but I really like it. I like how it turned out. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. So I'm going to pop on some eyeliner quick so we can finish up the lower lash line. Okay, so for eyeliner, I'm going to use the burgundy shade from the new eyeliners from Rare Beauty that I was sent. I haven't tried this out yet, so let's go ahead and put that in the waterline. Isn't it funny that I have been like raving about the Natasha Denona eyeliners, and I really wanted to buy more shades. I bought her black eyeliner, but then Rare Beauty ended up coming out with eyeliners, and they did a brown and burgundy, so I'm like, okay, I don't need to buy the Natasha Denona ones. I should try out my Rare Beauty ones, which these are nice. They kind of have like a very simple packaging, so yeah, nobody asked for a review on that, but I'm just letting you guys know my thoughts as I'm trying out the new shade. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little shader crease brush from Sigma, and we're just going to throw this dark brown shade kind of on the outer corner in the waterline. And of course, as always, I like to blend up to the outer corner of my crease because I like it when my looks have like continuation. And since this is like a pretty simple neutral look, I want it to blend together. And now I'm taking the shade called Valor, which is like the mustardy shade that I put on the inner part of my crease, and just kind of blending a little bit more into the inner corner. I think that this shade is like a little too close to my skin tone, so it might be hard for you guys to see it, but it's there, I promise. Okay, so the eye look is done. I just need to slap on some mascara, some blush, some highlighter, and some earrings, and I will be right back to give you guys my first impression thoughts on this new palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. Definitely let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of this one? And I'm gonna go ahead and let you know what else is on my face today. I actually made a little pile. So the lip combo today is from two of my favorite other indie brands. We have one of the new lipsticks from Blend Bunny. This is the shade Moody. It's a very cool tone taupey shade that came out with their new Sugar and Grunge collection. I actually bought this one with my own money because they sent out the palette in PR, but we did not get the liquid lipstick, so I bought all three of them. This is one of the shades. And then for lip liner, I am using Unearthly's lip liner in the shade Char. This is a really pretty dark brown lip liner, and I've just been loving these. I've been telling you guys, I love the new Unearthly lip liners. I am wearing the Bare Minerals blush highlighter in the shade Peach Glow. It's a really pretty, very subtle. As my blush today, I'm wearing the Charlotte Tilbury Peach Gasm Sunset. And then I also topped it with the Gucci. This is the soft red blush. My bronzer is from Rare Beauty. This is the shade Always Sunny, and I love wearing that. My powder is the Hourglass powder, Rare Beauty pencil and brow gel for my brows today. For my base, I did switch it up just a little bit, so I'm wearing the Glow Recipe primer. I'm wearing the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum, and I'm wearing the Pat McGrath concealer, which I haven't used in forever. And of course, I use my favorite color corrector from Huda Beauty. So those are all the things that I put on my face today. I will link that information down below in case any of you guys are interested. Some of those links might be affiliate links. I also have my affiliate codes down there as well in case you guys are interested in using any of those. It does help me out. Now, before I give you guys my thoughts on this palette, let's go ahead and do some comparisons with some of the existing palettes from Fantasy Cosmetica. So I have all four that they've launched previously. So this is the first one they ever launched, which is the Druid palette. So I just thought I'd do little side-by-sides for you guys in case you have these palettes. I know a lot of people are working on like shopping their stash, on low buys, on no buys, so I just wanted to do some comparisons. Then we have the Bard palette, which is one of their more neutral-ish palettes. And there's the side-by-side there. A like, a follow, always free ways you can support brands, creators, all the things. So as far as the fighter palette goes, I think this is the same great formula that I'm used to with Fantasy Cosmetica. I actually enjoy this color story. If you're gonna give me a neutral palette or a cool tone palette, I prefer it to be something small like this. So I think that all the shades in here are very well thought out, and you can really create some fun neutral looks with this palette. I love their metallic formula. It's very creamy, it's very opaque, which is what I love when it comes to my metallics. So very fun palette. I think they did a really good job with this. As far as the fragrance goes, I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite fragrance. It's very much a chocolatey sweet fragrance, and I prefer my fragrances to be a more clean smelling fragrance. So not my favorite, but I know a lot of love goes into these. So if you guys are into those notes like dark chocolate, marshmallow, almond, floral, then this might be something that you would want to check out. Those are all my thoughts on the new Fantasy Cosmetica Fighter palette and fragrance. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you guys are interested in picking this up. I do have an affiliate code as well with the brand. It is just KHMAKEUP, and you will save some money on the Fantasy Cosmetica website. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!